Yeah, that wasn't a button I wanted to press. Howdy, partners. This is Ice and C. Remember, etc. I'll hate you for it. And I am bringing you a replay. Uh, it is the new Beta 9 Elitemod patch. Uh, Beta 9. Sorry, I'm a little rusty. Let's get this going through. Right here, you got me playing as the Space Marine Apothecary. Gave up the Force Commander. I just don't like how he feels in the Elitemod now, so now I will be playing as the Apothecary. My partner, a little known but incredible player that I have had the privilege of playing a couple of games with, Marceline, as the Chaos Plague Champion. And over here we've got Angry Bird as the Space Marine Tech Marine, and Indrid, the awesome caster. Love watching him as the Tyrannid Hive Tyrant. I did talk to Indrid about casting this one and everything, and I asked him to cast it, and he said that he didn't think it was really worth it, so I'll go ahead and cast for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I have been gone for quite some time, and I am really sorry about that. If you really want to talk about that, then message me on Steam and I'll give you the lowdown about that, but it is an incredibly long story, and I'd rather not clutter up this game any longer with any nonsense that other than what's going on in the actual game. You can see right here, Marceline coming in, got his double Chaos Space Marines going a very standard strategy, using that Nurgle worship to heal up his Plague Champion and his Chaos Marines. I come in with also a standard build, my Apothecary alongside the Scout, Tactical, and then followed up by another Scout squad. You can see over here, the Scouts having an epic battle, slowest melee battle ever. I think I mentioned in this game if it hasn't shown up already. But yeah, as you can see, me and Marceline had a good idea going that after we got the immediate outer stuff, we went straight for the middle and started working together to take out the enemy forces and hold on to this position. And with this Plague Champion here, my Apothecary, and his aspiring champion Heretics using their Nurgle worship, we have a lot of staying power. And yeah, you can see right here Indrid coming in with his Tyrannid Blob, not really able to get much done when it's 2v1. Really should have waited for Angry Bird's Marines to show up and help him. Angry Bird opting not to go for the second Scout Squad, which is not really that uncommon, especially against these double Chaos Space Marines and a standard Space Marine loadout with the double Scouts and the Tactical Marines. So as you can see, fairly standard fight going on right here, forcing off Indrid, doing a very good job using our units in conjunction with one another. Tactical Marines low on health but not losing a model, and then there goes a grenade, and of course I lose too. I actually remember in the game being very frustrated because I heard my Tactical Marines call out that grenade and I did not micro it away. Scouts I sent over here, and I'm going to be harassing their generators. A very, very slow whittling down of these generators, but still whittling them down nonetheless. And my Apothecary coming over here has the Mastercrafted Bolter. I saw that, against the Space Marines of Angry Bird and Indrid going for those double Termagants, definitely going to want that range power that he has, and definitely he could shut down the Tech Marine with the full auto ability. Indrid coming in here, he's got the Rending Talons and the Extended Carapace, definitely an excellent line breaker right now, and a good choice too with these double Chaos Marines on the field. Not a lot to deter this Hive Tyrant from just rushing on in there and beating the living snot out of those Chaos Marines. But here come the Heretics. They use their Doom Blast. They're quite low on models and should definitely get out of there. Noise Marines coming to save the day against those Hormigons, but getting caught in melee, and that Hive Tyrant cannot be knocked back by that. So he's going to get a free kill from those Noise Marines. My Apothecary going down here. It is really frustrating, but one of the things that I do love about the Apothecary is Laramon's Blessing, and it gives me just a little bit of leeway with using my Apothecary. If he goes down, I definitely am not crying from either not having a commander or having to spend that 250 requisition. You do see that I do have a third Scout Marine squad on the field. That is because I forgot to turn off the auto construction for the units. I used it to get my second Scout squad out as early as I possibly can. My Apothecary getting dangerously low, but manages to get out of there in time, and I set up this really good surround here, and I saw that he had all his full force. He even went for a second Tactical Marine squad, but able to use cover and surrounding his army, able to force him off very easy. As you can see, Marceline coming back in here and recapping all of this stuff, having no trouble with Indrid whatsoever, forcing him back, using those Noise Marines to great effect against those Termagant broods. Termagant's definitely not that good in melee, and that noise cannon from the Noise Marines absolutely shutting down their ability to deal out any range damage whatsoever. So we come over here and we get an excellent gen bash off, and if you noticed, he targeted the ground between two generators and was able to kill both of those generators in really quick succession. And I brought my scouts and my tactical marines over there to help support taking out those generators, just to make it just a little bit better. And I'm calling for a surround. I see his army is in place, but oh god, Indrid coming in with this nice timing. But will those Hormagaunts be able to get any damage in? No, they are not. And you can see that I basically was forced to retreat. One of my scout squads, the first scout squad, getting shotguns to help deter against those Hormagaunts and any melee shenanigans from those tactical marines. But there go my scouts just charging in blindly. Did not want to do that. Definitely a bad miss micro on my part. But those Noise Marines just coming in and dealing so much damage, able to shut down a lot of that range fire from Angry Bird. These tactical Marines getting forced off, unfortunately losing a model at not very, sometimes you end up losing models at absurd amounts of health. But this Tech Marine is going to go down. That Plague Bolter, followed by those double Chaos Marines, not having the Eternal War upgrade. Here's Marceline showing you that you do not necessarily need to get the Eternal War upgrade on your Chaos Marines for them to be effective. All you need is micro. And I'm over here with my Apothecary rendering some support, but at that point I could not heal those Noise Marines because my heal was on cooldown and I didn't have enough energy to heal. It does cost 60 energy to use heal, and there you can see it coming just in time to heal those Chaos Marines, and they get out of there nice and safely. That Plague Champion able to just wail on everything with his Plague Bolter, damage over time and excellent damage overall. My one Scout Squad getting forced off, but this Hive Tyrant is definitely going to go down. That damage over time Bolter, so good on retreating units. And then you've got his Heretics over there giving a little bit of damage from their Bolters. Not much, but just enough. And you can see over here I've got my Dreadnought out on the field. I did, at this point realize that with those Sternguard veterans on the field and those tacticals with the Sergeant and the missile pod launcher, that the melee Dreadnought definitely not going to be that useful in this fight. So, and realizing that he had already spent a good amount of power on other units, that I was not going to be dealing with a Dreadnought from Angry Bird, so that Assault Cannon definitely going to be very useful coming up. Of course, Apothecary, is really not a damage dishing out kind of commander. He is really there to support your forces and make them last even longer. Having seen those Stern Guard veterans and those missile pod launcher tactical marines, getting the plasma gun out was an absolute must at this point. Kind of hitting the ground there with the missile pod, but dealing damage to the dreadnought nonetheless. Kind of frustrating, but not going to argue with it. And I actually did not notice this during the game, but he had a Blood Crusher out on the field, able to force Indrid's forces off. You can see that Zoanthrope right there, not really able to do what he wants to do, and get shots off on those Chaos units. Blood Crusher taking down Indrid's Hive Tyrant at level 3, and you can see over here the Angry Birds Tech Marine only has his bionics, so definitely not kitted out as well as he wanted it to be, but only level 3, or no, he's already in level 2, and he's in tier 3. Oh, those Hormagaunts so lucky to get out of there. But Marceline definitely needing to retreat those heretics out of there, and they do get out just fine. Zoanthrope going down to those Khorne Marines. Oh my god, so action-packed and fast-paced. It's incredible. This Blood Crusher right here wailing on that Tyrant Guard who is in wall shield mode, and Indrid losing his Hormagaunts to that Blood Crusher. But this is this Blood Crusher is in a lot of trouble. It goes down. Those missile pod does a lot of damage. It is deceptively powerful since it does fire quite slowly. And over here, getting another Gen Bash off. In high level games like this, guys, you have to remember that if you're sitting back, find something to do. Cap something, or go Gen Bash, or engage the enemy from one way or another. Do not sit back at all. Of course, these scouts sitting here thinking they are on just, casual vacation day, and then they go, oh, okay, well, we should probably go cap that. And so they do. Apothecary over here, almost level 3, doing fairly well with that bolter of his, and you could see I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then Terminators, bam, in my face, and I'm like, oh, crap. So you could see that they immediately start to engage my Dreadnought in melee with those Power Fists, which is the only way they're going to be able to do damage to him. But the Dreadnought getting a special attack off, knocking those Terminators back, and my Assault Marines engaging these Terminators in melee, which is a losing battle for them, but all of the support that they are going to get is going to be incredible. And you can see that heal just making that battle so one-sided for those against those Terminators. The Sergeant with the Power Sword on those Assault Marines, able to do so much damage to those Terminators. Like, the touch of Nurgle Heretics coming out, starting to engage this Hive Tyrant and deal a little bit of damage to this Tyrant Guard. Not a whole lot, but it is taking a lot of damage from that Assault Cannon and those and the Plasma Gun from my Tactical Marines, and going down, I think, to the Plague Champion with the Plague Fist. Still only Bionics for this Tech Marine, and what an action-packed game, man. Like, I swear to you, I was sweating this entire game with as much was going on. Definitely no slow points in this match. Still only the Mastercrafted Bolter. Not sure if I upgrade him later, but you can see he's now getting Armor of Pestilence, making him even tankier, and also giving him, I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, immunity to knockback. So definitely going to be quite difficult to deal with for the red team. And you can see he's got his Terminators healed up to a good level. Missile pod and then Vengeance rounds on those Stern Guard veterans. And I'm not feeling too sure about this engagement, because you gotta understand, the ranged Terminators, even with their default Storm Bolters, can still do quite a lot of damage to to tacticals and my apothecary alike. The apothecary, not a very tanky champion. But yeah, now you can see that all those shots going in on that plague champion, he does take down one model and then gets forced off. But yeah, you can see that Indrid busting out a Carnifex over here, man. And this thing has the Venom Cannon, which is just good. It's good all around. An excellent choice by Indrid. And popping And They Shall Know No Fear, if you don't know, it does give you more than just like instant victory in melee against pretty much anything that can be knocked back anyway. But also giving them reduced range damage to I think like ranged and melee, anything really. And yeah, right there you could see that Tyranno formation coming out, Assault Marines getting the living hell beaten out of them from that central spire that came out. And those Corn Marines are going to book it out of there too. And I saw that Carnifex and I said, okay, we are going to need a Predator out on the field. So I break one out and I give it the las cannon. And with all of my units in support, my Predator is going to come up and do a lot of damage to this Carnifex. It could turn around and try and handle my Predator, but Indrid, wanting to be safe, backs it off, and I feel for good reason too. Still has only the extended carapace and the rending talons for his Hive Tyrant. I think definitely would benefit from the crushing claws at this point. You can see these Chaos Marines getting the Mark of Tzeentch, making them beasts against basically anything. And here we are. I've got my Vanguard Veterans, and these are basically going to be my screw you to everything else you have, Angry Bird, and getting them the Power Fist, as I did see that he had a Predator. But those Vanguard Veterans getting really low and getting caught in melee against those Terminators, and definitely don't want to be there, and I'm basically going to be forced to retreat them, sorry. Hopefully, yeah. Predator getting awfully low. Hopefully it doesn't go down. It's been a while since I played this match, so I'm not exactly sure what happens to it. Chaos Tzeentch Marines engaging that Predator in melee just to block its pathing. And I call out that I need repairs on this thing, as I do not have any scouts of my own. They all died. It sucks, but it happens. Scouts very squishy. Holding on, it's a very even game, as you can see right here. Angry Bird, overextending his Predator. Bad misclick on his end. Angry Bird saying, suck my dick. And I say, sad face. As I do believe he did rage quit then. Nothing against you, Angry Bird. I seriously hope you aren't mad about this anyway. But these Corn Marines getting stuck in, and that Carnifex with its Venom Cannon taking out my Predator, and at this point I'm feeling very, very tentative. And that game pretty much ended, as Indrid was the only person left in this game. Now, I will say one thing, as this felt like a very, very premature GG on their part. As you can see, we only have we've got, well, a level 4 Apothecary, of course, and a level 5 Plague Champion, as to their level 5 Tech Marine, level 5 Hive Tyrant. I had Tactical Marines with Plasma Guns, and they were down a model. A Dreadnought with an Assault Cannon, very low on health. And Vanguard Veterans, to their Scouts, Tactical Marines with Missile Pods, and Stern Guard Veterans, and even Terminators. He was going to have out that Swarm Lord with the Carnifex, with the Venom Cannon, and definitely a lot of requisition. Could have gotten out some, maybe, Venom Brood to help deal with this Dreadnought and any future vehicles that we might have pulled out. Marceline, floating a lot of resources, could have pulled out a Land Raider Phobos to help deal with that Carnifex and the Swarm Lord, which would have been imminent. but playing it by ear, obviously not wanting to spend that too soon until he was sure he had to. And a very excellent player. If you have never seen Marceline, or if you have never played with Marceline, I don't know technically Marceline's gender, but he or she, very excellent player, very well-mannered, and very fun. We did play a couple matches after this, and I do recall Marceline absolutely shutting me down when me and Tex were playing against Angry Bird and Marceline. Very fun match that one was. It came really close. We were like 25 points, and then we hit 0 and lost, but very fun game. But yeah, Indrid losing a lot of forces early on. Definitely could have benefited from, I think, better micros. Really the only thing I could have said. And maybe Crushing Claws on that Hive Tyrant. Crushing Claws on that Hive Tyrant. I have played 1v1 matches where my Hive Tyrant has literally killed the entire enemy team if they do not micro properly. So definitely something to keep in mind when you're playing the Hive Tyrant. I hope you guys learned something from this match. We'll be doing a lot more casts here in the future. I've been feeling a lot better, so I've been looking to get right back into the saddle and get some casting going on and whatnot. If you got any replays, guys, please send them to me. Let me know what version of Dawn of War 2 it is, if it's retail, if it's the new beta, or if it's the Elitemod, which is not in beta, which you can actually download. I think it's like 2.10 or something. Not really sure entirely because there's many updates that have been out. And good shout out to Kale Toss. Keep up the good work, man. I enjoy the work that you do. And a shout out to Indrid. Keep on the casting, man. You are awesome. I love watching you. And yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this match. I hope there was something. I hope there was something you could learn from this match, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like down below, and comment or something. And if you like to talk to me, if you like to play a game with me, catch me on Steam. I will usually be on. I'll play. I like playing stuff like TF2 or this, or yeah, any game that I have. If you got the new Age of Empires 2 HD edition, we can play that too. It's really fun. If you'd like me to cast that, leave a comment down below. And it was really fun. It's not a really competitive game, but it is incredibly fun. But yeah. And if you'd love to subscribe, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I got. Size and see, remember, outset or I'll hate you for it, and I'll catch you partners later.